Let's welcome in New York Congressman Anthony D'Esposito. Congressman, we heard from Rachel Morin's brother, a mom who lost her son to fentanyl, and so many more who have suffered under Biden's wide open border policies. What was the feeling like in the arena yesterday for day two? I'd like to think one of hope for this country if Trump is elected.
Not only one of hope, but also one of unity. And I think what we heard last night was a lot of the work that we have been doing and I have been doing under Chairman Mark Green's leadership in the House Homeland Security Committee of bringing to light to the American people the disasters that Biden's open border policy has created, whether it is the trafficking of poison coming into our country and killing so many of our children and grandchildren, whether it's the fact that it's devastated industry, not only along the southern border, but created every state, city, and county to be a border state, city, and county, talking to law enforcement agents about the resources that the Biden border crisis has depleted from them and how this has made their job so difficult. And last night was a perfect opportunity to not only tell that story to everyone in the arena, but tell it to the American people that are watching. And most importantly, is to deliver solutions to those problems. And those solutions will be under the leadership of President Donald Trump.
And one of the speakers yesterday was Madeline Bram, the mom of an Army veteran who was stabbed and killed in 2018. She called out soft on crime policies in blue cities and the Democratic Party as a whole. Take a listen.
Soft on crime prosecutors like Alvin Bragg in New York, Kim Foxx in Chicago, and George Gascon in Los Angeles have turned our great country and cities into war zones. The Democratic Party that poor minorities have been loyal to for decades, including myself, all right? They betrayed us. They stabbed us in the back. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who claim to represent us, have abandoned us.
That was such a powerful moment last night, and we know that Trump has been putting a lot of focus on these blue states. Do you think the Trump-Vance ticket has a real shot in your state of New York with voters like Madeline?
I think we do. I think, Madeline said it best. The minority community and so many others feel completely ignored and completely taken for granted from not only Biden and the vice president, but as well as here in New York, the governor, Kathy Hochul, the state legislature, and many more. I mean, let's call what they are. The state legislature and the governor have said for far too long that criminal justice reform and cashless bail was actually about protecting these minority communities, when in fact that legislation has caused the most death, the most crime in those communities, and they feel completely abandoned. And what we heard last night is exactly what I hear back in my district and what I hear from people that live in minority communities. They will not be voting Democrat this year. Many of them will be coming out and voting Republican. And like I've said for months now, I think that we are going to see one of the greatest signs of voter fatigue from the Democratic Party than we've seen in at least my lifetime.
And before I let you go, I know you are there in Wisconsin. What are you looking forward to most today?
Well, today the theme is about making America strong again. And I think last night we heard about making America safe again, making America strong again. And what we are doing this week in Milwaukee is making sure that the American people realize that Republicans are unified. We're unified behind our message. We're unified behind the issues. And most importantly, we're unified behind solutions to the problems that Americans are talking about when they sit around their dinner table with their family. That's what's most important. And when you look on the other side of the aisle, the Democrats are in complete disarray. They are legitimately a circular firing squad against one another, seeing who could become more progressive, seeing who can turn their back on the American people next. And these next couple of days, highlighting with tomorrow night when President Trump gives his acceptance speech, is about showing that the Republican Party is unified. The Republican Party is going to continue to work as hard as we can over the next 120-something days to get us to victory on election night.